Hello everyone, myself Sukrishna. In this video, I'm going to explain how to extract invoice details using GenAI activity in UiPath Studio. So let's get started. With GenAI activities in UiPath Studio, we need two prerequisites. One is we need to install UiPath.documentUnderstanding.activities package in the dependencies, and the another one is we need to enable the document understanding service in the connected tenant. So first let me install the UiPath.documentUnderstanding.activities package in the dependencies. For that we need to go to the manage packages, click on official and search for document understanding. So this is the activity UiPath.documentUnderstanding.activities. Choose the latest version and click on install and click on save. Now the package got installed, so go to the activities and search for document understanding. So these are all the activities under document understanding. To extract the document information, we can use the activity extract document data. Right now I have disabled the document understanding service in the connected tenant. So let's see if you try to use this activity, what will happen. So we are getting the exception, right? So let's enable the document understanding service in the connected tenant. To enable the document understanding service, so we need to go to the admin. Then we need to select the tenant that we have connected. Then click on services. So here we have a document understanding. Click on these three dots and click on enable. In the document understanding, I have created three projects. So let me go to the document understanding. So here we have three projects are available. These projects can be reflected while you are using the GenAI activities. So let me go to the UiPath Studio. So let me delete and let's take the same activity again. Now it is not showing any error, right? So in the document understanding project, so if you click this drop down, so you can find the predefined ML model, generative model, and the project that we already created in the document understanding, right? For the connected tenant, if you don't have access to the document understanding, still you can able to access the document understanding functionalities by using the external application details. So let's take in a scenario, we have two cloud accounts are available, organization 1 and organization 2. In the organization 1, we have three tenants are available, dev, UAT and prod. The document understanding service is enabled only for the prod account. So to access the prod account's document understanding functionalities in the dev tenant, we can create an external application. So with that external application details, we can access the prod account's document understanding functionalities in the dev tenant. So let's take another scenario. So in the entire organization 1, we don't have document understanding is enabled. So the document understanding is available outside the organization. So in this case, we can just consider organization 2. So to access the document understanding functionalities in the organization 2, in the organization 1, we can create an external application in the organization 2, and with that external application details, we can access the document understanding functionalities in the organization 2 in the organization 1. Let me show you how to create external application and how we can connect to document understanding outside the tenant or outside the organization. So this is the another cloud account. So to create the external application, we need to go to the admin and go to external applications. So here we need to click on add application. Here we need to give a application name. So I'm mentioning the Gen AI testing. Then we need to click on add scopes. So in the resource section, we need to mention for which service you are creating the application. So I am selecting the document understanding. So we need to select the user scopes and the application scopes. Click on save. So in the redirect URL, we need to mention the tenant URL where the document understanding is enabled. So here I am mentioning the tenant URL. Then click on add. So with that, we will have app ID and app secret. So with this app ID and app secret, we can connect to the document understanding outside the tenant or outside the organization. So let me copy the app ID. So here in the extract document data, we have a design time external connection is available. So here in the app ID section, I am mentioning the app ID. I am copying the app secret. Then we need to mention the tenant URL where the document understanding is enabled and click on connect to tenant. Now we have connected to the different document understanding. So basically in the new cloud account, I don't have created any projects in the document understanding. So if I click this document understanding project dropdown, so we should have only predefined ML model and GenAI model, right? So in the runtime, we need to save the app ID and app secret in the asset credential, and we need to mention the asset credential name, and the same thing for the tenant URL where the document understanding is enabled. We need to mention here, right? So to extract the document information, so in the extract document data activity in the input section, we need to select the PDF file path. And then in the document understanding project, so we need to choose the generative model. In the extractor, we have a few options are available based on the uh, document complexity and variation. So we need to choose the extractor. So here I'm selecting the simple layout extractor. So in the document type details, so we need to mention the what fields information you wanted to extract and the relevant prompt for the field extraction, right? So here this is the input file that I have uploaded. So let's see how we can extract the PO number, PO date, grand total, subtotal, tax, and vendor details and line item details. So in the field name, we need to mention the field that you wanted to extract. So I'm mentioning the PO number. In the instruction, we need to mention the prompt to extract the relevant field. So there is no fixed format to mention the prompt. So as per your document complexity and variation, so we need to mention the prompt. So here I am mentioning the prompt like get PO number from the document, right? So in the same way, I am going to mention the other fields. PO date, I am using the same prompt, date, and then grand total, subtotal, tax, and then vendor details, and finally line item details. Right? So click on save. Then we need to create a variable for the document data. So let me create a variable. Then let me take one message box to display the output. So here I am going to mention the expression like PO number. So the data is available in the document data, uh, and then data dot. So here whatever the field that we have mentioned, those field will be displayed here. So PO number dot toString. So and then the remaining details I wanted to display in the next line. So for that I am going to use environment dot a new line. So the next value PO date, and then grand total, subtotal, and vendor details, and line item details. So let's click on save. Now let's run the process and verify the output. So these are the extracted details. So let's verify these details with the input file. So the PO number extracted correctly, but I don't want this PO hash keyword in the extracted PO number. We will change the prompt. PO date extracted correctly, grand total extracted correctly, and then subtotal is correctly extracted. The tax amount we missed to add in the message box, we will add. The vendor details, so the vendor details are extracted correctly, right? So the line item details are not extracted correctly. We will change the prompt and we will recheck. Done. Okay. So the first thing, we will add the tax amount here. So in the PO number, I don't want this PO hash. So I want only the numeric characters. So here I am going to change the prompt extracted keyword should have only numeric characters, right? Click on save. Now let's save and run the process and let's see. Now we have only numeric characters in the pivot number and we have a tax amount, right? So now we need to work on the line item details, right? So let's click on OK. Let me change the prompt. So here I am going to give a prompt extract all the headers and rows information. Each column should be separated with pipe and each row should be separated with new line and extracted details should be same as PDF format. So let's try this prompt. So let me put a breakpoint here. So let's run the process. So let me add an expression here to extract the line items details. So document data dot line items dot value. So this is the extracted information. So let me copy this information, stop the process. So here I am going to take a generate data table from text activity. Click on option. In the sample input I am mentioning the extracted information. So here I am changing the options. So use the first row as column headers, selecting the format as custom, and here in the column separator I am going to mention the column separator as pipe and the new line separator as /n and click on preview. So we are able to extract the information, right? So click on OK. Let me create a variable data. So here in the input section I am going to mention the line items extracted value, document data dot line items dot value, right? Now let's run the process and verify the output. So let me add a dt variable here. So these are all the line item details are extracted. So let me compare these details with the invoice. So the details are extracted correctly and we are able to convert them in the tabular format, right? So these are all the details. Now let's change the input file and let's see with the same prompt are we able to extract the information. Right? So let's run the process and verify the output. So let me open the PDF file that I have uploaded. So this is the PDF file I have uploaded. So these are the details. So let's verify the details. So the details are correct. Let's continue. So the PO number 521793 is correct and PO date 10/8/2023 is correct. Grand total 3752 is correct. Subtotal 3350 is correct. Tax, sales tax percent 12. So for the tax, so it is extract in the tax percentage instead of amount. So we can change the prompt to extract the amount. The vendor details. So the details are correct, right? And the line item details. So let's click on. So here for the tax, I am going to change the prompt. Instead of tax, I am going to mention the tax amount. So let's save and run the process and verify the output. So let's continue. So now it is extracting the tax amount. So let's verify the tax. Here the tax details 402, right? So it is extracting correctly. If you want to iterate all the invoices, so what we can do, we can take for each file in the folder activity. So here we need to mention the folder path. So in this case, inputs is the folder path. So filter by option, you can mention the only PDF file. So for that we can mention star.pdf. Then we can move the activities in the do section. So in the input section, so here we need to mention the file path as dynamic. So for that I'm going to mention current file dot full name, right? Now let's save and run the process and verify the output. So this is the first invoice details and this is the second invoice details, right? Right now these Gen activities are in the previous stage. If you want to use these activities, please go through the documentation and understand how many AI units will be consumed for each page, and then we can use these activities.